Platinum final of Tortu vs Young Upgrade. And first map for this one is Runestones. It was decided at tournament start because at that time the standard definitive edition script wasn't the KOTD area one, but the more unbalanced Woodlands one that we had before, so it was decided to go for Runestones instead, which is kind of like Arabia, but also with different generations. As you can see, this is kind of, I mean, the Woodlands are far out, they're smaller, so it's still kind of open. Obviously wallable between the Woodlands, but yeah, at least seems quite fair here overall. Berries never on the hill, they're just on flat ground here. You can see that Tortu has the berries on the back side of the base here. Sort of to the side, but definitely in the back. That's always good news. You're less susceptible to scouts rushes or men-at-arms, because you could more easily wall in towards the TC, or just have more time to prepare against the hit on your food economy. And Lumbercamp at the back here, taking the back woodland first. That makes perfect sense. It's the safest one, and they're all far away. Not love the deer placement here. It's a little bit awkward to lure them in between resources and even the straggler here, but we'll see how it goes. As far as the matchup goes, Tortu here might be thinking about men-at-arms, even maybe 1 or 2 pop earlier, since it's the Japanese here. They can go so low as 19 pop men-at-arms if you push them there. The Japanese maybe not too viable for the economy long term, but... Oh, Eagle Scout or Young Upgrade will get a snipe here of the villager, I think. No loom here. Yeah, she's dead. She's dead. Flexing the quick walls here, but not flexing them well enough for Tortu. Down she goes, and that gives Young Upgrade a... sort of a 2-villager lead here, because Tortu, because of that Eagle Scout of Young Upgrade with the Mayans, had to invest into loom to not risk losing more villagers to the Eagle Scout. See, it barely even took damage here because the villager didn't have loom. Oh, it's lost 2 villagers. I guess it was luring the boar at the same time the Eagle Scout came in then. So that's so it didn't get loom done. It's actually 2 villagers out. This is a horrible runestone start for Tortu here. Yeah, I really like Japanese too, Henry. It's don't love the very late game, but other than that, it's quite all right. Well, in any real case, it's a nightmare start for Tortu here, losing 2 villagers. It's nothing you can't recover from, even at this level, though. It's a fairly high level. Barracks goes up for Young Upgrade here, taking the gold as well, and we are at 21 pop here. This has to be the one at arms then. And the interesting call against the Japanese here, but I guess Young Upgrade knows that there's a significant lead here after taking at least 1 villager. He obviously doesn't know about the 1 down, extra 1 down for Tortu. Yeah, I'll let you know, Henry. No problem. So both players indeed going for the upgrade here, for the men-at-arms upgrade for the militia. I'd assume so, at least. Yeah. Could be a reaction to the Japanese as well, expecting the Japanese to go for them. Looks like the uptimes will be dead similar here with Tortu after losing 2 villagers. Going up at 19 villagers here, which Japanese can do. But this could have been a very much cleaner 19 villagers up here without losing any villagers, of course. Small walls on the goal as well. 3 militia are out, and Young Upgrade now tracks the movement of the orange players. Units moving out here. We have a bit of a scouts run in there. We'll have to wait for Feudal Age here for the scout to be able to win that one. I believe the scout should win now with better attack following the Feudal Age. 4 militia from Young Upgrade here, having lost no villagers in the Dark Age. Should have an easy cleanup here, and even with the faster attacking militia of the Japanese, Doctor should definitely close the men-at-arms now. Cancel men-at-arms. Tell me you cancel the men-at-arms. There aren't even any militia to upgrade. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Completes the men-at-arms upgrade, but with no militia to benefit from that. That certainly sets back. Looks like a Young Upgrade has a good start with the Mayans here. Range goes up, nice quick walls there, so at least Young Upgrade can't significantly deny that one. Tries, of course, to delay the villager a bit here by pounding away the walls, but yeah, the range goes up, and once the first archer is out, these militia will be cleaned up. Actually, Young Upgrade didn't go for the man-at-arms upgrade at all, probably because of losing a couple of the militia on the way, or just went for 4 militia to combat 3 men-at-arms. Tortu now fighting with villagers to clean up the rest of the aggression here. Might just go straight for the counter-attack here. The gold... I was gonna say it's kind of exposed, but that's not quite the case here. Young Upgrade has a head start to the archers production by small margins, and also has the untouched mines economy behind this to hold off any aggression that comes their way. Militia still alive though, and we'll have to keep fighting with villagers here. Loom obviously in at this point. You usually get that before going up to the feudal age. So annoying though, lots of idle time cost here. The worker efficiency, I think that kind of like counts villagers' movements and everything. Yeah, I see the efficiency here quite low for the villagers after having to fight units away here. But here's the archer to clean up this one. Aggression now forward with the archers for Young Upgrade. Good follow up here, delays the blacksmith for Tortu as well, which means that fletching will be a little bit delayed. 1 villager down at the gold as well. That's 3 villagers so far this game for Tortu going down here, and the idle time higher as well. Seems like a very good start for Young Upgrade here. Small walls also certainly keeps the drush out, but it will not keep the archers out. Young Upgrade goes to relocate 1 wood line, but this map still far from completely walled here. Now adapted into skirmishers here and fletching and armor all the way in here. So Young Upgrade doesn't have the armor, so if Tortu switches back to archers at some point, he'll have the advantage until Young Upgrade gets the armor upgrade as well. Reacts by making more Eagle Scouts, though. That's a good response to the skirmishers, because skirmishers have minimum range. If you get too close, they can't hurt your units at all. But what Young Upgrade is doing here is just keeping the aggression up, sending another wave of archers here to idle the woodline again, possibly the gold. We'll have the Eagle Scouts to help against the skirmishers as well. Tortu could react to that by mixing in some more archers though, but I guess there's only 2 on gold for a reason. If Tortu will try to recover and play skirmishers defense into a Castle Age follow-up. Speaking of Castle Age, young upgrade already on the way up here. Floating maybe a little bit of wood here. Did go only 1 range here. I suppose we'll see the 2nd range soon enough here. Unless he wants to exploit the fact that the map is quite open and actually play the Eagle Warriors follow-up in the Castle Age here.
Ashike. Tabish.
So 1 Eagle Scout and a couple of archers to one side, and that's about all there is. They're just gonna tickle the side of Tortu's base here to be a little bit of annoying, and then they'll be on their way. Oh no, wait, dude, does he actually know there's... He's got the scout to corner and it's actually open down here. I don't know if Tortu even knows that. Should have a larger army over here, not to reveal that hole over here. Oh, he doesn't show it. He doesn't show it. Nice. He's just gonna sit around with the army here and march in through the opening that Tortu doesn't know is here. So Tortu has topside wall, or soon anyway. Young upgrade with another Eagle Scout in the queue, but mainly archers here. Bodkin comes in. Crossbow upgrade should be kicking in soon enough as well. 9 archers, nothing too crazy here. But of course, if you get 9 crossbows and a couple of eagles in here, you can't play skirmish defense, and you certainly can't hold off the crossbows either. Once that upgrade completes, that is. 2nd TC as well for young upgrade here. Secure the gold to the side and to some extent some wood access here. And just staying in the corner here, waiting for the perfect moment to engage.
Shot it.
Is it still only 1 range here? Nah, it's 2 ranges now. Crossbow from one of them, war archers from the other. And full walls, of course, for the Mayans, except for the TC here, but that kind of prevents entrance here, even late collecting the hunt over here, Leary style. Tortu will make it to the castle edge here, 30 seconds to go. Snipes a little unit there, but this is just, these are all just distraction here for young upgrade. Now he's going to lure the army of Tortu over here. And in the meantime, the crossbows enter from the south side, something Tortu just can't expect at this point. This is going to be a complete surprise here with the crossbows. Ooh, how did they get in? For frack's sake. 1, 2, 3 villagers down. Nice. Nice aim there, boys. The Eagles are through 1 piece of wall here. They're going to try the other as well. Nice preemptive tower on the gold for Tortu here. But now the 3rd TC going up for the Mayans. And Young Upgrade now sitting at a 16 villagers lead. This is not something Tortu can recover from at this level, I think. But I mean, shouldn't be calling it too early either. We'll see how it plays out. Still a gap in the back here, so another wave of units could come in through that way, of course. Why are the Eagles even... Okay, maybe they think it's open over there. That's not the case. They could still loop around and find the entrance on this side, though. Oh yeah, in the chat, good morning to ya. This is the Platinum final of ELO Medieval tournament. Oh yeah, it's like the 1600 plus players, I think. Or is it 1500 to 1700 maybe? Something like that. Oh, nice. Nice Scorpion hits here from Tortu. I guess Young Upgrade doesn't mind losing these crossbows at this point. They've been dealing their share of damage to this side. And then another wave of crossbows forward here, but they'll struggle a little bit to enter here, I think. Should rather take the hill here and break through the palisade, maybe. See, now young upgrade is kind of giving Tortu a window of opportunity to restabilize here. Oh, Tortu went forward with the armies. That's ballsy. I didn't realize that. Of course, when you've been subject to heavy attack, you need to counterattack, and young upgrade doesn't have enough numbers here to compete with the forward of Tortu, who has Bodkin and 1 defense on them here. Yeah, look at the Eco KD, it's evening out. Very good counterattack from Tortu here. Now Scorpion defense from Young Upgrade as well. They're both reacting sort of in the same way here, but this is where the exciting stuff is happening right now. Actually forcing Young Upgrade to pull all of the crossbows back home to clean this up. Tries for some emergency repairs there, but down they go. Ah, you're having breakfast, huh? Nice. I guess Crisis averted, though Young Upgrade with 3 TCs as to Tortus 1 means that Young Upgrade is establishing a huge villagers lead here. 20 villagers lead still. Lost the armies, yes, but Mayan's crossbows, they're 20% cheaper in the Castle Age, so it should be a no-brainer and very easy for Young Upgrade to just yeah, remass them. He already has a significant mass of crossbows actually, but only 3 range is producing now. Nice. Scorpion defense, you can dodge it, you could focus it down, they have similar range. Again, nice repair micro from these guys. I'm gonna clean it up and defend from behind the walls here. Tortu still didn't fight. Why isn't Young Upgrade going in through here? I guess he doesn't want to risk being trapped inside Tortu's base, but I mean, it's still open down south here, so why try and harass the front? It's a bit confusing. So it's 22 archers to 17. Tortu keeping up with the numbers here will not be able to extend into more TCs here because he really needs to try and match the army numbers of the Mayans here and survive. Not to mention counter aggression is sorely needed at being 22 villages behind here. Almost looks like Tortu is aiming for a faster Imperial Age here to benefit from the Arbalest power spike to the crossbows. Which could be a play with 1 TC fast imp against 3 TC Mayans like this. You'd have to do some tremendous damage to come back from that. Yeah, it would be crazy if Tortu came back from this, but he really needs to plug this gap though, and this Eagle Scout has been sitting here just to have some line of sight of the back base here. Tortu still hasn't scouted this area, so it's that's a bummer. It's going to be subject to another raid here now and probably be very annoyed that there is in fact a free point of entry for a Young Upgrade to this side. Yeah, I think he is idling. Do we have the second? We have the university, we have the siege workshop, we have 2 buildings needed to go up here. And there's only 50 food now missing for him. He's actually going to try for imp. Oh, that's going to be disaster with this hole in the back here, because Young Upgrade now could just in and... Maybe even realizing that this is a 1 TC fast imp play, or fast 1 TC imp play. Has the numbers, yes, but if he loses this most of this crossbow mass before the next age, then... GG, right? Builders going down again. Tortu not understanding where these guys come from. And there it is. There's the woodland. There's the hit. GG is called. Young Upgrade takes a nice first win here. And actually, with this gap plugged down south, this could be different. Tortu would have a much earlier Imperial Age. Would have Arbalests and Bracer if Eco allows to fight against the Mayans with then having a superior range and damage, and could maybe turn it around with a counterattack with that power spike. So actually a good strategical call, but unfortunately with the hole it didn't work out. You could tell players are a bit off-put. Tortu did lose 1 villager to war and 1 villager to Young Upgrade Scout early on, so probably was a bit demotivated against Mayans to begin with. Never cancelled Men-at-Arms, even though he lost all of the Men-at-Arms before the upgrade. KD pretty even here. Army high, higher for the Mayans. Should expect that with the cheaper units, to be honest. And much smoother castle age for the young upgraded Mayans here. Alright, so I'm going to pull up the second one, but let me find the bracket first. Or the draft, sorry. So we had Mayans winning against Japanese on runestones. And now for a look at the maps. We're going to see either Nomad or Four Lakes. So for Four Lakes, Persians is a no-brainer. It could be that the young upgrade expected Japanese for Four Lakes as well. It's also a good one. And you can make a good play with Cumans these days on Four Lakes as well. Spanish, that has to be for Nomad. Alright, so Persians for Four Lakes and young upgrade, likely with the Malians. Let's see what they bring us. Persians, Mongols. Okay, yeah, well, Mongols can play cavalry archers on Four Lakes, so that's absolutely an option. Let's see what this first home map of Tartu will bring us. Tartu with the Persians. Why is Persians so good on this map or these hybrid maps? Well, Persians, docks and town centers, they have twice the hit points and they work faster as you progress through the ages. It's 10, 15 and 20% faster starting from the feudal age for the Persians. As for young upgrade with Mongols, I assume young upgrade wants to go for some early scouts here. Mongols collect the hunt 40% faster, so that means that you'll collect the food for feudal age a lot faster as well, and you could make some quick scouts play to annoy your enemy economy on a map on Four Lakes that certainly is wallable, but calls for more extensive walls than your go-to area, especially if you want to keep your back lake safe. You could, of course, wall here, in towards TC, and in towards Woodlands, maybe down. But yeah, we'll see. Second game here for the Platinum Final. It is quite common to see players go for 5 builders of wood on hybrid maps like this, because that facilitates the dock investment and fishing ships production, which is essentially a second Dark Age food town center on water. Because the fishing ships cost wood and bring in food. Delays your need for lots of farms until much later in the game. You see there's lots of deep fish in all of these. Lakes here, as they call them. 4 ponds could be better. They're rather small after all, but yeah, 4 lakes indeed. Young upgrade taking the boars fairly early here. Is taking the second boar at 10 builders here. But that's something the Mongols can do as well, because they collect the hunt faster. Good timing here. Saving the sheep for later. Oh, DC trick, a bit scary, but gets it here. And perfect timing as well. Just as the other boar depletes, or almost anyway. The second boar is brought in. I think Tortu wants to move forward now. He has the dock app in the back. Persians start with 50 extra wood and food as well, so it's easier to get that fish economy started. First ship already out. Quick walled villagers just in case any enemy scout shows up as well. Dock just now going up for the Mongols player, so if Tortu is on point here, might snipe that villager before young upgrade can pull off quick walls here. Yeah, it's going straight for the lake. It's quite common to see the players scout each corner of the map just to look for docks and have an idea of the... It's actually a giveaway to your opponent's location as well. If you scout the docks, you're bound to run into... scout the corners, I mean, you're bound to run into a dock somewhere to know if you're either residing here or here or here. Scouts run in. Young upgrade is patrolling, I believe. Tortu is not, and green gets the first hit. Can not fight that. We'll maybe try for the docking builder after all. Ah, there's no wolves on Forward Lakes. Ah. I never thought of that. I was sure they had it, but you're right. So it's a lot easier to sneak a villager to dock at the enemy side then. Even if you run the villager all the way from Tortu's base here, you'll be fine. But it must have used to have wolves. I'm sure I've run into wolves on this map before. But I think they tweaked that a few patches back to reduce or remove the spawn of wolves. That's actually not a good change, I think. It should come at a risk to try and damage the enemy economy like that with a sneak villager. Doesn't have to be a lot. It just has to be maybe 8 wolves total spread across the map. So there's some risk to sending a villager forward. Then again, it means that you have to be more aware of the corners and scout and make sure that there's no sneak docking going on. Here it could be somewhat easily evaded by walling off this section here for Tortu. Then young upgrade can't just burst in with the villager and dock the corner. Yeah, quick walling in the villagers as they should do. 3 on gold here for young upgrade, so it's not playing the scouts at all here. It's going to play the straight archers. I think it's still a quick uptime. It's 24 pop up here. Not too shabby for a hybrid map like this. Tortu going up at 25. That means some... Hold on. 20 villagers, 19 villagers. So the villager count is comparable. But, oh, no loom up for young upgrade here. It's really taking risks here. I guess this map is a bit... Unless you don't want to play full madness feudal scouts. 3 on gold, and then the scouts. Is this scouts into fast castle style, I guess? Since you had the fishing ships, you could warrant going to gold earlier, but... Is he going to go for an early bloodlines here, or... For the scouts? Or just straight scouts archers? I'm not sure what the plan is here for young upgrades. 3 on gold, goes for the staple, and scouts. 10 on wood though, so should be able to get the range up and add some archers as well. But for now they're both playing the scouts. Tortu, of course, expecting that play for the Mongols, already has the first spearman out to defend the wood line. Oh, here comes the dock. He's going to dock here, or is he going to dock the other side? Yeah, he has the scout to protect here, so he's going to dock the side here first and then contest young upgrade side later. But you see, this is something the high-level players do sometimes on these maps with water. If you add a galley, even if there's no enemy presence here, this galley with its 6 range can deny any sneak docker. Zanosaurus, hello in the chat. Hello, hello. Long time no siege. Oh, scouts. Nice spot by a young upgrade there. I think he actually got the kill on that docking villager. That's a bit lucky to run in just at that moment. Mongols with that food boost earlier on and earlier uptime. Young upgrade gets a lead here going into... or lead in the scouts numbers here. Here goes the range, so that's why he's been on gold here. I think he went to gold maybe a little bit early here, but... Who am I to do? He actually kills the range as well. I guess he wants to hide this away. Or just playing wall against the scouts, okay. Oh, a little bit indecisive here, aren't we, young upgrade? Ooh, we can trap those. Young upgrade to trap those scouts. Couple of gates, or a gate in the house over here, and they're trapped. Oh, I want to see a trap now. Oh, bummer. Spearman to catch up. 3 spearmen. Tortu not looking here. He's trying to chase the faraway hunting builders. And we have docks going up here. Oh, so he did get the dock up in the south. Nice. Nice. Looks like there has been then the orange builder here as well, but young upgrade is on point. He's on point with the galley here. Did deny another builder to dock down here, so Tortu gives up on the south, docks the north instead. So effectively they now have 2 docks each. Tortu spots the dock down here, but can't really do much to get the dock up with this galley here, patrolling to deny it. I think these scouts went down now for Tortu. Or not. Where are they? Okay, they're getting some value here. Idle time, builder kill, nice. We'll need to dodge the spears, but they're only here to annoy, of course. Young upgrade closer to the Castle Age transition here. Doesn't have a market, otherwise could actually transition into Castle Age through the market. Here, oh, nice scout play, nice block there from Tortu. Gets another kill in between all the spearmen here. In the meantime, young upgrade is in on Orange's base as well. Runs into spearmen and can't really do too much here. Persian docks work faster, Persian TC works faster, so Tortu should be establishing quite the eco lead here. 35 builders to 33, and 9 fish to 5 here. So going into the Castle Age at a very healthy population here for Tortu, and actually beating young upgrade to the Castle Age upgrade here as well. Hope he walls everything. Yeah, he has the corner. He's good. He's fine, I think. Nice walls here now for Tortu. Doesn't want to have a hole like in the previous game. Has the overall of the home base scouted here. Should be just fine. Suppose we'll see the second, maybe even the third stable here for Tortu. Depends if he wants to play into more land economy. Nice galley there to deny a dock in the north by a young upgrade here. The spearman just poking away at the dock in the south. Only 2 fish here for young upgrade, so no great return from the south side dock investment just yet. They're both going to play the cavalry in the Castle Age here. Defense and bloodlines coming in for young upgrade. Probably go straight into the camels here. Seeing that Tortu is up earlier to the Castle Age. We'll see. Double stables at least. And scouts doing some work, of course, when focusing on the spears like this. Young upgrade could also look at the upgrades and see, yes, this is going to be a Castle Age. Nice follow-up from the Persians here. That could be why young upgrade cancelled the range as well, because long-term archers, crossbow play for the Mongols here doesn't necessarily make sense against the Persians, because Persians, knights, cavalier paladins, they have +2 attack, bonus attack against archers. So it's a bit sketchy to play archers against the Persians. Cavalry archers, however, is something young upgrade could play here for the mobility of versus and raids, but these walls of Tortu at home should make that a bit awkward as well. There's not really that much exposed economy to hit. Lots of spearmen for young upgrade here, going to presumably invest into the pikeman upgrade as well. Tortu, however, now with 5 knights out. Is it 3 stables? Only 2. I think it's 2 stables. Okay. 10 builders need for Tortu now. So the eco situation well ahead. Some cavals mixed in here for young upgrade. I like that. Good response to the Knights cavalry play of the green player. And neither player contesting each other's docks here. There's 2 docks, two lakes each, so they're sort of dividing the fish evenly. Shouldn't be a concern for either player in that sense. More fish total for Tortulo with the faster working docks, and yeah, almost twice the fishing ships. Very nice food economy. Adding some camels of his own, but look at the upgrades here. Young upgrade has way better upgrades than Tortu here, so if not for lack of numbers, young upgrade could have gotten a decent engagement there. Tortu is actually buying food. That's funny. Even with 28 on food, Tortu buys food to keep villager production going here. Right. Monk defense for Tortu might get a conversion here. Really needs to have a look at the upgrades though. It's still one upgrade behind here in terms of attack, but maybe the sheer numbers will help here. 8 camels, 5 knights, 7 camels, 2 knights. Nope. And there's the spearmen as well, and they have +2 attack and 1 defense. Not easy for Tortu to pick an engagement here, but yeah, it still has to be an economy lead though. 70 to 53 eco units. Even 10 actual villagers ahead as well. With the 1 TC play against 2. Here comes the second TC on the woodland. Nice. Good work securing that one. Now, finally the shore fishing villager, dock builder, she is broken out, and the spearmen at the ready to try and stop her from building stuff over here. This is beginning to look like an AI army of young upgrade here. A couple of monks for both players. Scout trying to get the sneaky snipe there, but the camels are on point. Good micro on Tortu there to focus down the scouts before the monks could get any hits in. Still lacking the upgrade here, Tortu. So if Tortu loses this fight, it's because of the actual upgrades. Camels trying to side the monks. I think Tortu, yeah, gets out ahead here. Very good fight for Tortu. Good micro as well, we have to say. Focusing down the monks, focusing down the spearmen. And just like that, it's 21 to 4 military here for Tortu, and also a massive villager lead. 40, almost 40 population total lead here for Tortu. Alright, doesn't want to give away villagers here. Kills that is that a docking villager? Yeah, she tried to make it home, but she didn't. She ran into some holy men and decided to kill herself rather than give in to religion. So the question, will Tortu break in here? He has the monks here to funnily enough, prevent quick balls behind this stables here. Young upgrades, that market might help to keep the woodland safe here. Or maybe he's just trying to, yeah, he's floating a lot of gold, so he maybe just wants to transition some of that gold into food. This looks great for orange indeed. Still doesn't have the upgrades to match young upgrade, but doesn't matter at this point. Just way more military here. Defensive castle for young upgrade. I guess it depends on whether Tortur manages. Oh, overchop. Are you kidding me? Oh, and there we go. Yeah, I don't think that castle goes up now. Now all of the cavalry can enter here. Tortur should just send everything over here now and deal with the armies. Don't allow a rewall. Oh, that's a bit unfortunate. The knights and camels now outnumbered by the defensive knights and camels here. Young upgrade will finish the castle. And of course damage has been done here, but Young upgrade only lost 2 villagers so far this game. If Tortu had been able to send all of the cavalry in here together, it would be a much better fight, and this castle might not have been going up, but you could also say that forcing a defensive castle in a subpar spot like this rather than on the hill in the middle, for example, that is a good thing for Tortu here. Mangutai in production now should make for some raiding potential. And a third TC to recover a bit here as well. Young upgrade at the third TC going up just now. Tortu with 3 TCs and 2 docks. And now extending out in the field as well. That's true. Tortu can actually go Imperial right now, and that's what he's doing. And which means that defensive castles don't really make sense. Young Upgrade is nowhere near that Imperial Age. This is the bar showing the resources needed to go to the Imperial Age. We have quite a bit to go there. Tortu has the, well, equal armies to Young Upgrade, and it comes with a very, very aggressive forward castle here. Young Upgrade. I'm not sure if he can fight this. Those are mainly knights though, so it's camels versus knights. Mangudai here, they could use range, so you can't quick wall villagers in. Maybe it's a bit too ambitious, this castle from Tortu. Yep, pulls away. Couple of knights running in here, but knights shouldn't be able to snipe Mangudai. It's a good fight for green here. Great fight for green. We still have the Imperial Age all the way. We still have a massive economy lead for Tortu here. That's probably why he feels very confident in moving forward here. Tries to complete the castle. That's not going to happen just yet. 10 military to 24. Going Imperial Age obviously comes at the cost for your units production, but this castle stops at 50%. A little bit too ambitious there. A little bit too ambitious. And now Young Upgrade wants to claim the hill here. Has 11 villagers in stone now. Will likely stop this castle from going up overall, even with the Imperial Age coming in here. Tortu barely has any military right now. And will eventually just have to delete this castle foundation, I think. Imperial Age coming in, Heavy Camel coming in. Still have 5 knights and 10 camels here, but Heavy Camel 1.5 minutes away, not ideal here. Also, only feudal age upgrades on the cavalry here, so a bit sloppy not to get those upgrades on the way here for Tortu now that the numbers are at their disadvantage here. Still that healthy economy is flowing though, 53 on food, 27 on gold. And you just don't throw that economy lead easily here being Tortu. It's 5 stables as well, should be easy to mass out the heavy camels, which in a sense counters both Mangudai and knights, as long as you get close enough. Pulling them away now, wants to conserve numbers for the upgrade. 20 seconds to go for the heavy camel. And then Young Upgrade is in that pickle because it's still not in the... yeah, it's getting close to that Imperialist click, but it's not quite there yet. Heavy Cavalry kicked in there, right? So that should be a decent fight for Tortu. Still lacking the Imperial Age upgrades. That's probably what's that's the biggest issue here. Not having that extra pierce armor, extra armor. Yeah, loses some numbers there. Still 19 heavy camels, committing mainly to the camels. Another defensive castle from Young Upgrade here, and Imperial Age on the way. So maybe Young Upgrade can recover from this. Castle goes down further back for Tortu. Will be making trebuchets here to trap this castle. Mangudai not really in scary numbers. At this point in the game, until Mongols can get a huge mass of Mangudai, preferably elite, they are vulnerable to pressure here. And Tortu has 30 military to 33 here. It's all heavy camels, but it's all heavy camels, funnily enough, counters everything that Young Upgrade has on the field now as well. And should you need a response to pikemen, I guess Mongols won't go pikemen because they don't have halberdier. But Persians could also go for Kamandaran here, the unique technology, and go for the so-called trash bows to deal with any unit with cheap crossbows. Ooh, good catch there, good catch there. That's 6-7 Mangudai down for nothing for Young Upgrade. And left with only 9 of them. Producing out the 3 castles, will be losing this one though, and Tortu loops in with 1 here, is getting some small raids in here with the scouts as well, light cab, sorry. Chasing Mangudai with heavy camels here. Imperial Age is in for Young Upgrade, getting Bracer immediately for that extra damage output, but being hit at several points here. This castle on the hill, it will eventually go down. A third and fourth trebuchet is coming out here, and Tortu is mainly investing into camels now, but the young upgrade doesn't have a response. You could make pikemen, of course, but that's subpar against the Imperial 8 units. You could make your own heavy camels, but they have worse upgrades. What you really need is a big bowl of Mangodai and hit as well. That's probably the best option. Even cavalry archers could work for the Mongols if you had the eco for it, but obviously the young upgrade doesn't really. It's struggling for military numbers here now. 30 to 23 is security or extending the economy now to almost match Tortu here, but 20-30 villagers behind. Castle down on the hill. Tortu with 11 on stone now. Probably wants to castle this hill as well. We'll see Persians bombard cannons snipe Magadites. Ooh, that would be fun. I'm not sure if Tortu even has a university. Ah, he has a university. Maybe he's going to get chemistry as well. Yeah, I think we've reached a devastating army here now for Tortu. Look at these stables massing the hussars now for the Persians. The camels are in not the best raiding unit, but it is heavy camels, and the young upgrade doesn't have a definitive response to that. That's 4 trebuchets here. Not hill bonus, but still 4 trebuchets to deal with this castle nice and swiftly. Young upgrade could repair for a bit, but this probably isn't worth it. Even it tries to get conscription from this castle. It's gonna go right down. That's just not worth the investment at this point. That's not gonna stay up. Ay, ay, ay. $50 military to 14, young upgrade, 3k score behind if it matters. Tries for a panic pikeman switch now, that's just not gonna work here, even though it's a good response to both camels and hussars. You need halberd here at this point, and Tortu is just killing it on the home map here now. It's funnily enough, he's lost the fish to the north, but at this point in the game it really doesn't matter. Tortu is steamrolling with the Persians here to take the second game, and we'll see young upgrades first home map. I think it's only one castle left now for young upgrade, while Tortu has 2 of them, or is building one forward. Playing Persians as they should be played on the 4 lakes here. Always keeping that economy lead and playing the cavalry to the best of their ability. There were some moments here where young upgrade had the numbers and had the military advantage, but then the earlier Imperial Age for Tortu getting heavy camel. Imagine if you had the actual upgrades for the heavy camel Imperial upgrades at this point or close to this point. It would be so great fights against the Castle Age armies of the Mongols. Still well played though, and we'll be going to one of young upgrade's home maps next, which is either, funnily enough, Arena or Land Madness. 2 very different maps. Yeah, could have a look at the Civs again. Persians are out, Mongols are out. Third game, Bohemians or Aztecs for Arena, probably, and Land Madness. Franks, I guess. Extra berries. Magyars, Land Madness. Teutons Arena, I'd assume. Could be Cumans for Arena as well. Let's have a look for game 3 on Land Madness. Franks, Magyars. Okay. So this is Land Madness. It is currently it's the Young Upgrade's first home map. It is currently in the ranked map pool, and as you can see, it's very much a land map. So extra food sources in the berries and extra hunt around here. Only one boar, but other food sources that are more exposed, forcing you to use army to take control over the map and extend your eco accordingly. You can't really, I mean, you can small wall in your woodlines, but you need to chop further in before you can place a town center on them. So securing wood on this map, at least in the early game, it's difficult. You have to rely on spearmen or skirmisher defense until you can, or even tower defense until you can further move into the woodlines and secure them with DC. There's lots of extra small patches of resources though across the map. Lots of small stone patches, gold patches. Definitely opportunity for expansion across the maps. You see, young upgrade with the Franks here will have an advantage with the early scouts. Has the forage bush, fruit bush right next to town center as well, which boosts the Franks economy because they collect the berries faster, 25% faster. I don't remember the changes anymore, but definitely collects the berries faster. While Magyars get the instant melee attack upgrades for their units upon reaching each next age, so Magyars one of the few civs that can actually contest the early scouts of the Franks before Bloodlines kick in, because they get that extra attack, and they also have a 15% cheaper scouts. So, not to mention that for the later on, the Magyars get Bloodlines. So the Magyar scouts, when Bloodlines is in, if this goes into an extended feudal age war, the Magyars are effectively with better scouts than the Franks. I don't know what the idea of this house is. Maybe it provides ambition or something. It's not like you're going to try and full wall the map here, because you can't build on this great terrain. There is a mill. It's actually within decent distance to long distance collector hunt as well. Should it come to that, we'll bring in some trickle of food as it goes. The boar is being taken and pushing in some deer from the top side as well. Even boar neutral patches of hunt to be taken if you want to as well. There is 140 food on each of these ibexes, so that's something to consider. Maybe we'll see the, I guess... I mean, on a regular map with 2 boards, it would be easy for the Franks to go 19 pop scouts, but in this case, I think Young Upgrade will go for maybe more like 20. Just wait for the food to kick in here, push in the last few force drops on food here to get going, and oh, these stragglers, man, so annoying. They're blocking the luring in of animals here. There we go. Loom coming in here. Yeah, Young Upgrade is going to go up at 20 pop. Tortu will be going up at 20 pop as well with 2 seconds of idle TC time here. It is comparable. And yeah, 1 second lead to the feudal age for Young Upgrade. They're going up at exactly the same time here, which favors the Franks, I think, because of the 20% extra hit points on the cavalry. Tortu stays 1 lumber camp for now though, and I think it makes sense as well because it's in the back here. You could small wall in this and keep it completely safe from the scouts, so you'll be safe from aggression until the opponent invests into some ranged approach. While Young Upgrade has 2 lumber camps up here, also small walling them in, so safe from the scouts, yes, but don't know what is better here. If Young Upgrade goes into anything ranged here, like even like skirmishers would idle a lot of this woodland here. While Young Upgrade with 2 different lumber camps here will not see all of the wood idled simultaneously. From Tartu, at least not as easy. More on wood for Young Upgrade. Might want to invest into farms earlier with the Franks here, because Horse Collar kicks in immediately anyway. Let's see if Tartu remembers to get Horse Collar and double bit axe here, as you usually do with the scout build. Oh, that's a nice awareness there with the opening scout of Tartu there. Really delays the Franks barracks. That's valuable seconds here in terms of building the Young Upgrade response in the same fashion here. Will also focus the stable building villagers. 3 villagers for Tartu though, and only 1 for Young Upgrade here, so that gives Tartu a 5-10 seconds lead to the scouts production here. Also easier for Tartu to harm the villagers and kill villagers here when denying building foundations because of that extra, or that forging is in instantly. Walling to the side here, I like that. That kind of funnels the aggression in towards the TC here. Keeps the Varys semi-safe as well. Oi da, Alkolner. In the chat. The German with something always not working on the computer, whether it's voice chat or Age of Empires or internet. Maybe it's a good thing you're not streaming, man. You would run into issues all the time. Ooh, 1 villager outside there. I'm sure that was not intentional. Woodline safe from because of these walls as well. Frank's player playing it. It's Young Upgrade's home map after all. So playing it kind of safe here. With the damage potential at a very minimum here. There's also more spearmen here for Young Upgrades. Probably a healthier farm economy. Maybe not actually. Tartu has more farms up, but will have a more inefficient woodland as well. I think we're gonna see the first villager dead of the game here now. Will commit. I think it's worth committing. Yep. Extra attack certainly helping out here. Could take the hill for refuge as well against the defensive units here. Oh, do dodge the spear though. Don't let him get that poke. That's a free kill. Yes. Always an action-filled and eventful map, this one, because you're forced into feudal age aggression and army to defend. You can't turtle and full wall on land madness. Not an option. I'm glad it's made it into the ranked and the standard map pool here in Definitive Edition. It's a good map. Good aggressive map. Another scout going down. A bit sloppy here from Tartu, but at least limiting any counter aggression from Young Upgrade here. Young Upgrade with 2 lumber camps now, floating quite a bit of wood here, but that's also because it's still taking hunt, so it doesn't really need to extend into as many farms as Tartu has been doing here. I guess Tartu has been taking some of the hunt as well, but this is a little bit too far away. 5 scouts to 5 scouts, more spears by far for Young Upgrade, so much more investment into the defensive spectrum here for Young Upgrade, but it also keeps the aggression out, means no... Well, 1 villager down. Could be more. That's greedy. That mill there is really greedy without any spearmen to defend. That's another villager dead, isn't it? That's 3 villagers down for Young Upgrade. Tartu is really punishing Young Upgrade at the home map here. Yeah, it's a good map, I'll call her. Good map. Scouts looking for counter damage potentially, or maybe just scouting to get an overview of the neutral resources that they might fight for later. Now, Tortu is getting ahead here. It's getting the plot lines for the scouts. This is going to be an extended field edge fight for a while longer, but with bloodlines in for the scouts and potentially even defense at some point, Tortu can easily focus down single spears like this. Here comes the market for young upgrade. Might want to transition some of the economy here into food and gold to go for the Castle Age, because now with bloodlines in, Frank's especially vulnerable against other scout civilizations. Now if you look at the hit points, it's also outnumbered here, but almost twice the hit points in the armies of Tortu here. We'll still have to micro quite a bit to focus down the spears here. No upgrades whatsoever for young upgrade. Young upgrade wants to play the Castle Age here. Nice spear pick off there from Tortu as well. It's doing great work at keeping young upgrade at home so that the counter aggression is not an option for the green player. Well, we're going to see the Frank's player going up first here, so young upgrade is very close to that Castle Age transition. Doesn't have a blacksmith, mind you, so if he forgets to make a blacksmith, then the knights will suffer from not having the appropriate upgrades. But the Castle Age well ahead of Tortu here. Possibly a good call. If the defense is on point here with enough spearmen and whatnot, that's going to be giving young upgrade some much stronger armies to defend here. But that's a lot of scouts from Tortu. 12 scouts, extended fuel, still making scouts out of 2 stables as well. They are cheaper for the Magyars, 15% cheaper, so it's easier to mass them while maintaining the economy at home as well. 27 farms no less here, and also on gold for Tortu, so maybe that Castle Age window of opportunity for young upgrades isn't too wide after all. Still missing 400 food for Tortu here to go to the Castle Age, but is keeping the aggression up nice here to deny young upgrade of gold as well. If you don't have gold, you can't really make your strong Castle Age units the knights either. We're in on the gold here. Is Tortu going to take a 2-1 here now? I think the call of an extended field age here is working out very nicely here. He's getting 8 villager kills. Blocking the villager, another one, 9, 10, spearmen, dodging. Yeah, young upgrade's Castle Age here is not going to give him anything. He doesn't have gold. Barely even has the blacksmith for upgrade, doesn't have the food or gold for the Castle Age upgrades either, doesn't even have the feudal age ones yet. Well played by Tortu on this very open, crazy land map. Even seeing Castle Age kick in now, I don't think Tortu minds a lot here. We maybe even take out this mining camp here. And now 2 minutes 20 seconds to the Castle Age for the Magyars player. Hasn't lost a single villager this game. Third stable going up. Even light cavalry will be an appropriate upgrade to get in the next age here now. Where's the young upgrade going to get gold now? Oh, so nice to have scouts on the right hand side as well to find the berries. The very greedy outside of the wall berries of young upgrade here. Going to take more losses, 11 villagers. Going to be 12 villagers dead for young upgrade. Tortu establishing a fantastic 17 villagers lead here now over the Franks. Yeah, collecting the scouts over here now. 50 seconds to go to the Castle Age. Young upgrade is making one knight. Did get the pikeman upgrade, which I think makes sense with the amount of spears out. Should easily deal with the scouts, of course. But Tortu will be getting that +2 attack as well from the Magyars civilization bonus here. And seems in very good control of this game. Much healthier economy, didn't take a single loss as young upgrade wants to push with siege here? Against Magyars, really? I see a range going up, that could be... yeah, it could even just be skirmishers against the pikemen here. Light cav is coming in, makes perfect sense when you have 10 scouts ready to be upgraded here. should be able to fight this very much unupgraded knight over here. He has that 120 hit points because it's a Frank's knight, but light cab is in. And young upgrade will have to react once again. Does go back on gold here, so knight's production is indeed an option. This forward siege workshop, it's hid away nicely on the hill here. Pike siege push, yes, but I think Tortu has too much of an economic advantage for that to be an issue here. 12 pikes total, 2 barracks producing. Certainly forces Tortu into something here, but here comes the cavalry archers as well. And you'll have the ability to hit and run against the pike push. Lots of light cab idling the economy here now, and in small numbers the pikes can't do anything here because these have almost full upgrades, only missing the second defense upgrade. Only 4 on gold for Tortu, but that's because a town center is going up on the gold side here. That's an eco extension that young upgrade can only dream about at this point, as a knight focuses down the siege weapon. Tortu takes a 2-1 here. And now let's see what young upgrade will do on the second home map of Arena here soon enough. Let's just split up the graph here and have a look. Only a little bit more than 2 minutes Castle Age difference here after the extended feudal age of Tortu here. You can see the military numbers is almost to 0 for young upgrade at some point here while going to the Castle Age. That's never ideal. You need to, if you're going for the earlier Castle Age, you're going to have to be able to defend as well. And the Spearman defense, not enough against the Magyars extended feudal age here. 50 villagers, I don't think Tortu lost a single one in this game. Let's have a look at game 4. Actually, let's have a marked draft as well first. We've had Franks losing to Magyars here. And what's Arena going to bring us? It's going to be Bohemians or Aztecs for young upgrades here. Young upgrade here for sure. Could of course be Spanish for Tortu, but I'm sure that is a innovative. So let's go with Teuton's Bohemians here. Maybe Tortu is expecting a Bohemians monk or Hussite wagon push. And he's going to pick us with Redemption, I think, because if he faces Hussite wagons, he will want to have Redemption. So let's say Bohemians Teutons. There we go. I'll be right back. Alright, here we are with Arena. And thanks DE for providing a big backspace here for the Tortu to extend the Teuton's movement. A bit vulnerable here to a cut through maybe, but woodline look decent for both. The back area not as ideal for young upgrade, but still there. You could delete the walls and you have some space to place military buildings or boom or whatever. But what are we expecting here? At first I'm going to speed up a little bit because this is Arena. I would expect Castle Age aggression here, that's why I'm toggling the fast forward a bit. Bohemians. Minus 100 discount, or 100 wood discount on monasteries and universities. Bohemians have access to chemistry in the Castle Age, also hand cannoneers, if need be. Could be useful against Teuton's infantry actually. And but because of the cheaper monastery and the fact that in the Imperial Age they get a unique tech that allows you to make monks for only food, and the upgrades only cost food, that's they're heavily leaning towards monks and unique unit play. Perfect for arena clouding. Oh, bit of a misplaced board there, but doesn't kill it with the TC fire. But students here, they are able to resist monk rushes quite well, so maybe that's not going to be young upgrades play here. Teutons have conversion resistance as a civilization bonus, so you have to be careful when trying to rush the Teutons with a quick and smooth castle. 26 population here for young upgrades. It's not gone to stone, is on gold here, while Tortu is up at 24 pop and will be going straight fast castle age here with the Teutons. Teutons farms are 40% cheaper, I believe. So they have a fantastic boom. Here comes the barracks, which means that we'll see a stable, most likely from Teutons as well, to claim the map, get some control over the relics. Bit of a scouts run in there, but Tortu takes the win with the earlier feudal age. 28 pop and 27 villagers up, 25 villagers up. So young upgrade going to the castle age at a healthier economy here. Cast ages are in, so let's slow it down a bit now. Young upgrade going for the archers. Might even be thinking about the siege tower play here with the Bohemians actually. Because it's quite heavy on gold, heavy on... not as heavy on wood, but 10 on wood. Or just claiming map control with archers. Yeah, they're gonna play a fight for the middle here and try to claim the relics. They spawn actually quite close together here, so there's certainly some potential for hyper aggression here for either player. Relics disposition seems fair enough as well. One relic close to home base for each player and the other three to the left hand side here. They're both going for spears out on the field, but young upgrade with the crossbows here. And could also get the early chemistry because the Bohemians do get that, and they have a cheaper monasteries and universities as I mentioned. So you could get early ballistics and chemistry, which would be very handy against the Teutons actually. Teutons, I can see the crossbow play paying off here for young upgrade, because Teutons, they have a fantastic melee armor, but they have nothing significant going for them in terms of pierce armor. So playing crossbow into arbalest for the Bohemians here certainly makes sense. Here comes fervor for the monks as well to move faster. Crossbow monk, it's a bit peculiar. But as the monks enter the field, if you have crossbows to snipe the scout cavalry Teutons don't even get light cav, then you should be set with a nice combination to deal with the units here. Whoa, whoa, crossbows from Tortu as well? Really? I guess he converted it. And young upgrade really wants that converted crossbow back. Can't give Teutons the Bohemians crossbows. That would be too crazy. Oh, Scout trying to get a poke there at the monk, but doesn't succeed. Will be getting a kill now, though. No, doesn't get the kill. Haven't. Oh, no. One monk down. Crossbows, they're pretty darn good at sniping monks, so this certainly plays into young upgrade's hands here. 35 to 33 villagers. Second town center, however, for Tortu here back on the woodline, so extending the boom a little bit as young upgrade gets sanctity for the monks as well. I think young upgrade will snag most of the relics here. They have one each for now. Oh, sorry, need to fix the fireplace again. Be right back. So, army advantage by far for young upgrade here. Gets Loom now, suggests that he might want to move out with some villagers as well. Yeah, nothing too extensive about the monk numbers here. But now on stone as well, which means that we might see a defensive or forward castle, depending. Tortu is mainly in boom mode at this point, making a few monks still trying to snipe the relics, but I think young upgrade has too much on the map control. Might be able to take this one actually. Tortu. Or is he waiting for the monk to snag the relic first to get some sneak hits in? Yeah, he's gonna snipe the monk. He's gonna get the monk. Look at this. Nice. One shot. Rip, old man. Always keeping armies to accompany the monks, bringing the units back home. In fact, a second monk here to get conversions as well. Guess he just had a gathering point from the monastery there to secure that one. Doesn't really pay attention over here now. Are those enough crossbows to... Yep, they're fine. That's a bit lucky that this monk survives that. He's at 1 HP, that lucky old man, but another relic being brought home for young upgrade here. That's the third relic. Should be able to collect the last one as well, and the only advantage for Tortu currently is the higher village count, which will result in a better economy here, but I think this is transitioning into a fast imp monk trebs for young upgrade here. Look at the food count, look at the gold count. And look at the gold miners, 24 gold miners here. And there's also stone enough for a castle. And this is going to be horrible for the Teutons to hold off against, while now being in mainly boom mode over here. So Teutons have conversion resistance, yes, but they don't have light cab to snipe monks more easily, so that makes it, funnily enough, a bit harder for Teutons to defend against the monks' rushes. That is indeed the Imperial Age on the way. Full on gold investment for young upgrade here. Queuing some more monks. Trying to get conversions on the knights here as well. May or may not succeed. Could also get atonement to convert the Teutons monks here. I think Tortu is struggling right now. And here comes the villagers. Here come the villagers moving forward to drop the castle probably hereabouts. And how does Tortu deal with the fast Imperial Age here now? 1 minute 30 seconds to go. Nowhere near Imperial Age for Tortu. Not enough resources to tweak them into buying Imperial Age either. Knights won't cut it here, even with the conversion resistance. Younger upgrade will eventually get some conversions in here, and maybe with the Imperial Age kicking in, Tortu will just tap out and call it here. Even if it's a 1 TC, very aggressive play here for young upgrade. It's doing lots of damage, KD 24 to 18, and the overall villager situation only 19 difference here. So Tortu, yes, has been producing consistently, but is subject to very heavy aggression here, and young upgrade now with the castle lab could also just take the forward gold here from Tortu, who loses another knight to conversions here. Should be interesting to see the conversion stats after this. Siege worship going up, chemistry on the way for young upgrade, while on the way to the Imperial Age here, because Bohemians get it in the Castle Age. So we're actually going to see bombard cannons and trebs here, potentially, if eco allows. Market being used heavily here. Let's have a look at the market rates, actually. That's still pretty decent. Where is the market? Here it is. Okay, good prices at the market still. 7 monks, chemistry, block printing. That's essential for the monks. It's going to give them +3 range. First trap is out. So as chemistry completes, we might see more cannons as well. Young upgrade now with 25 military to 5. There's no way Tortu holds off against this. It's just, yeah, it's not. It's too much, I think. That's it. Sebi, fast imp into monk trebs, maybe even bombard cannons here for young upgrade. He takes the the second home map, which will lead us to Tortus Nomad as the very last game. (27 to 8 military conversions, 4 to 4). Okay, so nothing too crazy there. 2550 Imperial Age, that's not bad at all, given the contest for the middle of the map with the relics and everything. Well played by young upgrade, even with the massive villager. The efficiency here has the army momentum and able to punish Tortu here. As we go into the last game, which will be Tortu's home map, home field advantage for Tortu here is going to be Nomad, and it's Malians versus Spanish. Quite, yeah, not your most uncommon Nomad matchup, I'd say. Ooh, I haven't seen this kind of Nomad generation all that often. The big area now to the north here with all the deep fish. They definitely want to dock the north rather than the sides here, as the deep fish is rather shitty on either edge here. Young Upgrade should be docking down here with the Malians though and get the fish boom going. 4 deep fish, 5 deep fish. Not too bad, but top side, if you want to contest water and go for a fish boom, top side is definitely going to matter here. Torto with the Spanish over here builds the town center more quickly than the Malians. So it's certainly going to complete it earlier and get an early builder's lead. Which will compensate a bit for the fact that the Malians can produce fish right away. But since Young Upgrade forgot to build a house right away, that fishing ship is going to be a bit delayed. Can't even access the shorefish here, so just decides to go back home and speed up the TC construction process. Also finds the boar along the way here, so some decent value from Young Upgrade in that sense. TC up for the Spanish, while Young Upgrade is at 54% only. Good lead to the builder production. It's going to give at least 1.5 builder's lead for Tortu, I think. Almost 2 builders lead from the Spanish faster constructing TC. Did Tortu find the boar? Scouting a little bit with builders gets, I guess you might have seen it earlier on, and it's just disappeared into the fog of war. Now committing to taking out the boar with the TC and back on wood to make sure the fishing ship production can be sustained here. Bit low on wood though, so I'm worried Tortu might get a little bit housed here as the fishing ships start to pop out. But certainly has that food income going. Let's speed it up a bit because Nomad Dark Age tends to be rather uneventful. But a bit of a look at scouting here. Cows are lousy scouts, but it's better than nothing. Young Upgrade gets an idea of the map here, while Tortu also has a cow scouting, but has less vision on the map overall here. Idle TC times at on the lower end for both players here, but Tortu with the earlier TC up and the earlier fish out as well. It's set for a nice and early feud late here to beat Young Upgrade by quite some decent margins here. I think Young Upgrade may or may not have been missing some crucial buildings here to go to the next stage. Straight fast cast late for Tortu here. Not even... Okay, it's going to contest water a little bit here, so let's slow it down. Tortu with only 1 dock, but Fire Galleys in the queue. Young Upgrade also with the Fire Galley, but behind in the numbers here. Tortu knows the dock location and will be going right for the fish here, while going Gas Age. Young Upgrade, in the meantime, going double ranges archers here. Realizing that the opponent is quite close, that might not be a bad play here, even as the Malians, they lack Bracer in the Imperial Age. And the wood gold investment would help you hold water anyway. Not the craziest naval investment for the Malians here though, 8 fish. Cast Age coming up as well, but solid lead to the Cast Age here for the Spanish. Tortu with 7 on stone. First castle likely to go up defensively to keep the archers out, maybe close to TC at home here to cover both gold spots. And the TC, we'll see. Young Upgrade finds the town center here and loses 1 archer to it, unfortunately. No fletching in yet. Losing naval control. And will be going into the cast stage with a very, very fragile economy here, considering that lots of the fish have been idled and or killed here. Young Upgrade now going for the counter-attack with 3 Fire Galleys to 1 here. Tortu could definitely commit here. He's going for kind of a block here. 3 Fire Galleys, tries to salvage the weak one here. I don't think he'll succeed. That's a 1-for-1. It's still fine. Tortu should go right back to punishing the fish now. But as you can see, the deep fish gets quickly depleted here. Young Upgrades, food economy. Thankfully, he's not heavily dependent on the food economy. That might be why he's going for the archers as well. Getting a monastery up, knows that the conquistadors will be coming his way, and Tortu now only 100 stone away from a castle drop here. This guy doesn't joke around. He knows young upgrade just reached the castle age. He knows that the economy is fragile after losing or idling the fish for quite a bit. Spanish builders build more quickly as well. There are some crossbows here to help deny it, but look at the extra builders coming in here. This castle goes up. Right on the monasteries as well, so when the monks pop out, they might die to castle fire unless young upgrade is very careful here. It's committing to a defensive tower, and it's not going to be enough because the Spanish builders, they build more quickly. This one goes up. It's quite a commitment for Tortu here, who is admittedly behind in economy, but the castle goes up, and young upgrade's home base economy is very much exposed. Conquistadors coming out as well, providing some mobility. GG is called. That's a quick nomad game here, ending at 20 minutes, and young upgrade gets outplayed on what is admittedly Tortu's home map. Congratulations to Tortu for winning the Platinum Final, the highest division of mid-ELO Medieval tournament. So look at the stats here. Crossbows not working out for Romanians. Makes sense when you suspect you're going to lose the fish economy, though. That's a good way to keep army production consistent. But with that castle in the face and not being able to deny it, and the fish eco lost to some extent for Tortu. Bad dog spot as well. You can't know that nomad though. Yeah, it's a rough one to recover from. GG well played.